Well, Disney released their first trailer for Star Wars, The Mandalorian and Grogu, Their Adventures. And this is why, after seeing the teaser trailer, I believe this film will not help the Star Wars franchise. Up next at Mark at the Movies. Well, welcome to a very special episode of Mark at the Movies, where I talk about The Mandalorian and Grogu. This has been a long gestating film that was announced years ago and is now finally coming out in 2026. And if you've seen the show, you know, the show, look, look behind me. I am a huge Star Wars fan. My family is are huge Star Wars fans. We've gone to Disney to go to Batu. We've gone to Star Wars celebrations. We're massive Star Wars fans. And we have been waiting for new films to come out. And Disney has done a really effective job of really diminishing the franchise. So we've been waiting for this film to come out. And here, after seeing the teaser trailer, these are three reasons why I believe that the Mandalorian and Grogu movie will not help Star Wars to get out of its massive rut. So you watch this teaser trailer and the music comes on, the Mandalorian and Grogu or Baby Yoda, and it seems really familiar. You know, you got the iconic music by Ludwig Göransson, and you hear that and you see some images, and you're like, for me, you know, the first season and the second season of The Mandalorian are some of the most epic stuff that Disney has put out in Star Wars. And you know what? I got a little nostalgic. But after seeing the trailer, this looks like an extended television show. This looks like 2 hours of what you would see on Disney Plus. There was nothing in there, you know, The Mandalorian with a shootout, Grogu eating and making his little sound, which is admittedly cute. You have the shootouts. The one piece that did look kind of cinematic, which we'll get to in a little bit, was the AT-AT or the AT-AT AT-ATs walking across that snowy ledge. That looked pretty cool. But this really felt like, oh, okay, so this is a TV show. And look, Disney's really shooting themselves in the foot. In 2019 and 2020, when The Mandalorian was a cultural phenomenon, Baby Yoda, now we know him as Grogu, was the cutest thing on earth, and people were buying his merchandise, and Disney was like, whoa, this is kind of a cash cow. Let's do as much as we can to really take advantage of this. This is when the Mandalorian and Grogu film was greenlit. And too much time has passed. Season 3 was a real stinker. Hey, look, Disney. I am so thankful that I finally got to see Luke Skywalker in his prime Jedi, cutting down dark, dark stormtroopers, battle bots, and all of these amazing action footage at the end of season 2, and him coming to snatch Grogu up to train. It was, I mean, that last episode of season 2 was as good as anything in the entire Disney stretch of Star Wars. Then you completely blew it. You cliffhangered it, and then you resolved it outside of the Mandalorian series in the Book of Boba Fett. And then when you come back, you don't know what to do with the Mandalorian and Grogu. The entire season 3 was not about them at all. As a matter of fact, I have no idea what their arc was in season 3, and you lost viewership. So, taking advantage of this beloved television show and these characters doesn't make any sense anymore because you've lost viewership, you've lost interest. So now it's just less of a television show, faithful audience coming out to see your show and nothing else for people to want to see. It's in trouble. So, number two, there's nothing that looks cinematic about this. There's nothing that I'm like, oh, this should be on a screen. I want to go see this. I want to travel to go see this in the biggest IMAX screen possible. Hey, look, season 2 of The Mandalorian, the first episode, when they, I'm going to get a little nerdy here. They fight the Crate Dragon. And halfway through the episode, the Crate Dragon comes out of the cave, and then the aspect screen ratio changes and it opens up. And I'm like, whoa, this is so cinematic. Nothing in this trailer, nothing in this film so far suggests that it's cinematic, and that's a problem. Sigourney Weaver is a nice addition. She's not going to get butts in seats. The AT-ATs are nice, but you can see that in The Empire Strikes Back. Nothing's going to get butts in seats. And here's the biggest reason why I think that Mandalorian and Grogu will not help Star Wars. Disney and Lucasfilm has not learned their lesson. And this is why I think they haven't learned their lesson.
No, God! No, God, please, no! 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 No!
When I saw that frick, it indicated to me that all of Disney's their worst instincts were still amongst them. That they're still trying to make the rise of Skywalker happen.
That is so fetch.
Gretchen, stop trying to make fetch happen. It's not going to happen.
Stop trying to make the rise of Skywalker happen. Nobody wants to see Babu Frick. No one wants to be reminded of the worst Star Wars film ever created from the jump until the end. The entire Star Wars fan base is only united on their hatred for the rise of Skywalker. So you bring back one of the characters from the rise of Skywalker and double down and have 3 of them with Baby Yoda. Just let Baby Yoda be Baby Yoda. Just let Grogu be Grogu. Stop with trying to make Rise of Skywalker happen. Disney hasn't learned any of their lessons with the Star Wars franchise. Tell a story. The Mandalorian worked because it was a story on its own. You told a unique and fun story where you cared about the characters, you cared about the Mandalorian, you cared about his relationship with Grogu. Make it simple. Make it cinematic. Make it an epic journey with a bad guy or bad guys that are really hard to beat, and just make it a little more cheap and know you're going to make, if you make a really, really good standalone Star Wars film, you'll make $500 million worldwide, and that will have to be enough. But I fear they're not going to do any of this stuff. It's going to be a bunch of fan trolling. It's going to be an extended television show. And Star Wars fans, once again, are going to be let down. Hey, look, I'm going to be there the first day, the first night. I'm going to dress up. It's going to be an amazing experience with the people that I love. But I'm afraid that this is not going to help Star Wars at all. Well, what are your thoughts? Do you love Star Wars? Do you want this to work? What are your thoughts about The Mandalorian and Grogu, the Mandalorian series? What would you do with Star Wars? Let's talk about it in the comments. Like this video, subscribe to my channel, help that algorithm so that we can talk more about movies. Let's go to the movies and mark the movies.